Hi Sloths, and welcome to Doctor Who and the Warlord. This is a 1985 BBT micro game, and it is also a text-based adventure game, so I do apologise for the lack of music, because this game doesn't have any. So I'll probably add some in editing, just to make this a little less bland, I guess. You might hear the occasional beep and boop of the game, but other than that, there's kind of like no other sound effects. And also, before we start, I just wanted to let you know that this is kind of my way of apologising, I guess, for the failed recordings of Skyward Sword HD. The problem that I was having should be fixed now. I'm going to do another test recording later on just to make absolutely sure that there is no issues with like my capture card or anything like that. And I think I've figured out what the issue is, and hopefully I can prevent it from happening ever again, as long as I keep an eye on what is going on with recording, and I check the recordings before I save, and also after recording, instead of, doing 4 or 5 episodes at once, and then checking them a week later to make sure that I can actually edit them. So, like I said, this little random one-off is kind of my way of apologising, and it's also, I guess, my way of thanking you for sticking around, even though I have not uploaded for like a week and a bit now. Again, apologies for that. Starting tomorrow, Skyward Sword should be back on the table, it should be available, and it should be working again. Perfectly fine. I have caught back up, and I can record whenever I want now. So all of that is sorted. Now let's actually get into the game. Doctor Who and the Warlord. The year is 2743. You arrive with the Doctor on the planet Quantain, where a century-long war is just coming to a close. You emerge from the TARDIS to find deep mist all around. Travelling north, you stumble into one of the last battles of the Long War. The Doctor, however, seems convinced that King Varinger, I don't know how you pronounce that, an old friend of his, is in some deadly danger and presses on, like the Doctor usually does. In the confusion of the battle, you are separated from the Doctor and caught up in a skirmish. Something hits you on the back of the head, and the last thing you remember as you sink to the ground is cries of "Varangar! Varangar!" answered by "The Warlord! The Warlord!" Okay, we're just going to press return. Are we going to press return? Okay, we're not going to press return, we're going to press enter. So yeah, this is the title screen. This is the title screen. Okay, so it says here, you don't find. You wake to find you are in a field, near a tall tree. One sun is rising, the other setting. To the north and west of you, very distantly, is the sound of fighting, but morning mist obscures the view south and east. There is no sign of the Doctor. In your back pocket, you find a two-way radio. Now, I've played a little bit of this game before. I didn't get very far because I could not be bothered with, text-based adventure, and then I kept dying or failing, and it was just dumb. And yes, when it comes to text-based adventures, the thing that you are supposed to do is make sure you, accurately plan out every single little thing that you want to do. If you don't, you probably will, die or it won't work. Like, for instance, if I say, up, where I go up the tree, if I don't say down, and I decide to go a specific direction, I will just fall from the tree. I have to go down, and then move in whatever direction I want. Anyway, now that we've gone up, it says, from your vantage point in the tree, you can see a metal road to the east and a barren wilderness westwards. Battle-scarred fields lie to the north, with a range of high snow-covered mountains beyond. while the country to the south is shrouded in mist. Okay, so a metal road to the east and a battle-scarred barren wilderness to the west. However, I think last time wasn't it saying, to the north and west you can hear fighting, but it doesn't seem like fighting is really a thing anymore. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down from the tree. You climb back down, you climb down, you are back near the tall tree where you started. If I go, east? You appear to be in a ploughed field with deep furrows underfoot. It is rather misty around here. Nearby, there is a haystack. So, if I type in haystack, what do you want to do? Oh, check. Check. Haystack. Okay. Wait, no. Look in haystack. In the haystack, you discover a silver button marked with the head of the king. Take button. Okay, so we have taken the button. This is now in our invisible inventory. So the problem with games like this is, again, you don't have an inventory. You don't know what you have on you unless you make a note of it somewhere, which I won't be doing for this video because I can't be bothered. I know, a little bit lazy, but yeah. This is also kind of a long text-based adventure game, so I kind of don't want to have to do the entire thing because it's going to take some hours, and I am not in the mood for playing this game for hours, to be honest. Also, yeah, not really much of a one-off if I'm going to be playing this game for more than an hour and a half or something. Anyway, so can I go east again? A silvery metal road slices through the landscape from the north, disappearing into the mists south of here. Just beyond it, a wide, swift flowing river prevents access to forest-covered hills to the east. Okay, so... Okay, so maybe if we go north, you find yourself on a wide aluminium... Oh, yes, okay, no. So, just right there when it said aluminium, I was like, wait, did they just use the American spelling? No, they didn't. They didn't. I would be so upset if they used the American spelling of aluminium. Anyway, you find yourself on a wide aluminium road which runs along a riverbank from south to north. Beyond the river to the east is dense forest. So we can't go across the river because it mentioned that before, it prevents you from accessing the hills of the east. So what happens if we go up the riverbank and continue going north? You're on a wide bridge where the metal road leading from the south curves east across the river. North of here, the river rushes down from the mountains through dangerous rapids, cascades, and ravines. So we have at least gotten to the top of the river, I think. So this leads from the south. Okay, so what if we go north again? With reckless daring, you set off up the ravines by one stretch of roaring white water. Oh no, you slip on wet rocks and are carried over a waterfall downstream. As your head is struck forcibly against the 20th rock, it occurs to you that you might have chosen a safer route. Completed 2% of the game, press any key to restart. Yes, this is what I was getting at earlier. You will die a lot in games like this. It is infuriating as well. Okay, so basically, for right now, radio kinda useless. Reason being, because there's no one to answer, okay? I can even demonstrate this, turn on radio. Yes, use radio. Wait, I just told it to turn it on. Turn on radio. It's not letting me turn the radio on. Radio on. On radio. Turn off radio? I don't know why it's not working. I have no idea why it's not working. Switch on radio. Oh, there you go. Use radio. Have to say stuff so specifically sometimes. Yep, there you go. You hear nothing but hissing and static. So we need to... Sorry, not turn off radio. We need to switch off radio. It's kind of annoying having to be overly specific. Sometimes you can just be like, N, and it's like, oh, north. Over the once lovely land lies a pall of smoke. Wounded space troopers stumble past you unseen. Wait, how did we end up going north? I mean, I thought north would take us up the tree, but apparently not. Wait, no, did we even see the tree? Which is also kind of annoying because you can't just go back up and see previous things. So if you forget where you are, you forget where you are. Unless you write it down. Again, it's kind of irritating. This is what I don't like about these early text-based adventure games. But then again, back in the day, this was probably like amazing stuff. But nowadays it's kind of like, yeah, even other like text-based adventure games could be better. But whatever. I believe this was written by someone who actually worked as a writer on the show. I don't remember. Okay, what happens if I go north again? You are surrounded by armed men, for you have stumbled into King Varanger's battle headquarters. Varanger's Blood Guard are at least 6 feet 6 inches tall. Don't know why it's so specific like that. Even without their space armor, and have long orange fur, may inspect you suspiciously over their tusks. Hi. What? Speak to... guard? Oh! Your action only arouses further suspicion, and the guards have no difficulty in capturing you. The 6-foot battle veterans are amused by your pitiful efforts, and rather than do you any harm, merely break your arms and legs and throw you out to die. As you sink into delirium, you call the doctor's name, but no one answers. Wow, this game is brutal. Okay, let's try this a third time. Okay, so let's go east. Search haystack. Okay. Now let's go. Is it west? Okay, we're back at the tree. If we go north. Okay, and then we go north again with this. Give button. Oh, I never took the button. Oh, I never took the button. I'm an idiot. I didn't take the button. Leave. East. Your attempt to escape only arouses further suspicion, and yet they basically break our arms and legs and throw us out to die. Let's try this again, because I think that button might help us. Okay. So, we go, what is it? East, search haystack, and then take button. Okay, we have taken the button. Now let's go west. Now let's go north, and north again. Give button. So even they don't want the button, you show them the button and they're like, you die now. Okay. I want to get more than 2% through this, okay? I do. Okay, so let's go to the east. Let's search the haystack. Let's take the button. And now let's go west. Okay, now we're back here. Let's go west again. You are at the edge of a vast and bloody battlefield. Everywhere there are dead and dying. To the west there is nothing but radioactive desert. But to the south you can see a strangely shaped hill rising out of marshland. South it is. Let's go south. You are standing on what appears to be the lowest part of an enormous steel ramp, which rises to the south. A short ladder leads down to the east into the marshland fog. Climb ladder? The steel ramp climbs up to the south. On both sides is a fall of 100 feet. Climb down. Okay, let's maybe not do that. Short ladder leads down to the east. So we don't want to go there. Maybe if we go to the south. Steel ramp climbs up to the south. On both sides is a fall of 100 feet. North. Okay. North. And back north again. Okay. Whoa. The battlefield stretches away on all sides and nuclear weapons appear to have been used to the west. Thin vapor trails mark the departure of fleeing vessels. There are many gold coins scattered around here. A shallow crater marks where a mine has exploded nearby. Take coins. An infrared alarm pings a microsecond before the atomic mine explodes. You hardly giving you time to regret your greed. No! Come on, game. That is just unfair. Fine. This is the last try. This is the last attempt, and I'm calling it a video. Okay. So we want to go east. No, that's not where I wanted to go. Oh, wait, yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. Search haystack. Take button. Search haystack again. You search deeper and uncover a tiny needle among the stalks. Take needle. Done. Search haystack again. Achoo, hay dust is getting up your nose. Okay. Okay, that's kind of silly. But what if we keep searching the haystack? Okay, now, okay. Let's go east. Yes. Let's go to the south. You're in deep mist. You can barely see your hand in front of you. The damp ground slopes down to the south. Okay, let's go south again. Fog swirls around you. The ground underfoot is now very marshy and you start to sink in. North. You extricate yourself from the marsh just in time. You are in deep mist. Okay, so west. You can barely see your north. Wait, how did we get back here again? Okay, let's go west. No, east. Wait, yes, east. And then west. Nope, that's not right. East. And then north. The ground around you was evidently the site of a laser attack in the recent battle. Rubble and earth are black and scorching. 2 gold rubles light your feet. Take gold. The coins were almost melted in the heat and the resulting first-degree burns turned gangrenous overnight. You decide in your last moments of delirium that you should have played it a little more cool. You completed 3% of the game. That's enough for me. I've never gotten this far. Yay. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little look into Doctor Who and the Warlord. I don't have to play this game ever again now, so that's nice. But yeah, with all this being said, please like and subscribe, it's always free, and I'll see you later.